This is part 5 in how to read wastewater, and I want to talk about two things that I really don't like about how BioBot presents their data. The first thing is look how smooth all of these curves are. When we have something that's updated on a day-to-day basis, it's going to have noise. And knowing this, when we see something like this, we know that it has been heavily data processed, which means that interpolation is going on behind the scenes, some data averaging, which is causing the curve to become smooth. This is point 1 to that. So how is this going to impact the data? Well, we see that the actual data in blue is being suppressed, is being brought down in the line that has been data smooth, which is the green line. Furthermore, we lose things like multiple signals by this averaging. So what we gain in making data prettier, we're actually losing some information along the way. And we know that this data smoothing is done at the county level, so on their segmented data pool, in addition to on their overall data pool, what is reported as their average of all of the different samples from the US. So they're taking an average of an average. So we have to think about what's going on behind the scenes and what this means. The implication over here is that we're losing a lot of data signal. Things are being unintentionally hidden that would be visible otherwise. Furthermore, there hasn't been shown in their website a weighting scheme, which implies that a wastewater facility that's focused on a small community is going to be weighted the same as a much larger community that a wastewater center is treating or focusing on, when a smaller community wastewater facility should be weighted much lower than a larger facility that's focused on a larger community pool. That way, wastewater facilities that focus on small communities don't bring down the data, uniformly lowering it everywhere. Some good examples of what this should look like, if I was in charge of BioBot, would be doing what Santa Clara County does. See how noisy this is? These are good, clear signals. And the National Wastewater Surveillance System also has a really good overlay, so like everything's very noisy. This is what is the meat and potatoes of the data. And when BioBot takes this unweighted average of all the communities, you get this, the black line, which causes a lot of data loss and signal loss. Like this stuff happening up here is completely lost in the average data. The next thing I don't like is this year-over-year plot, because people and news outlets and even medical professionals constantly go, well, at this time last year, when, as we've shown in the past 4 videos, that's not how you should be looking at waves. You should be treating the beginning of the wave and comparing the days after the beginning of the wave to the same number of days from other waves. So for example, if we take the same timescales and plot it all against each other, so these are the summer waves all plotted against each other, these are the winter waves all plotted against each other from BioBot, and you actually get a lot more information. And if these were all stacked, you'd have very nice information, very meaningful information. And this would make it something that would be very easy to compare and look at and be like, all right, compared to 2020, 2021, and 2022, we see that everything's expanding, the peaks are shifting further for the summer waves, and the winter waves, we're seeing that they happen at the same time every year, where that last week of December, first week of January is when the peak happens in this winter wave. So there's a lot that could be improved with how the next contractor, whether it be BioBot or someone else, could present the data, as a 5-year wastewater contract is coming up.